Yes, it worked now. Yes.
One-eyed boy. What are you trying to pull now?
Go, Cythera. Give us some time in private. This isn't for her, but for you. You've walked too far down this path. It's time to discuss a possibility. Maybe the road you're walking is not one of salvation, but one that will simply drag the world into the flames. For old time's sake, turn back. I don't care how many times you've tried, because there's one thing I'm sure of. Your Messiah complex has turned you into something no different from the icy gods you spoke of. The children of humanity you swore to save. They are no more than ants to you now, aren't they?
Of course. I've been wondering, what kind of demon could burn my homeland to the ground in an instant without batting an eye? Now I have the answer. It turns out that fiery demon has been fantasizing of becoming this world's deliverer.
I don't want to argue anymore. No matter what I say, the outcome won't change. Make your biggest effort to resist, or accept fate, and hand over the core flame to me. Even if it's futile, we all have the right to choose.
Yes. Even if it is futile, and the world is just a divine joke.
When I walk into the destruction written by the gods with my own two legs, you will witness. Even the smallest footnote still leaves a mark in this story.
And so, at the end of the 134th cycle, the Traveler and the Scholar fulfilled their fates once again. Or perhaps it wasn't just they who fulfilled their fates. I can't quite remember all this. In the endless darkness, for no reason, a voice always lingered by my ear. Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. Reduced to ashes, such a familiar end. It happens in every journey. Always the same.
don't look so good, Deliverer.
Even after going through 108,642 cycles. Mighty, your name for me has never changed.
Why do you sound so pleased? It's a derogatory name.
Yeah, I know all too well. You only meant it sincerely in the first cycle. After that one and only time we walked side by side. Every time since. It always ends up like this. Dawnmaker will stab you through your 10th thoracic vertebra. That's your weak spot, and the only way to kill you.
Interesting. Tell me, when the mighty Moses of the past faced you, did they ever retreat?
Never.
Then they died honorably, worthy of the name of Strife. But there's still tenderness in your eyes. How pathetic.
I have to remember how this feels. Remember that I was once you. Or else the destruction will completely consume me.
If you win, tell the mighty most of the next life. This person is a worthy opponent. So always remember to give it your all and never slack off.
I'll keep that in mind. As always.
Even though the dynasty is left with just one, the Kremnos festival will continue as usual. I, the king of the Kremnoan Legion, will host the final feast in the center of this arena, and the prize will be the flames of strife. One day, you shall die with a wound in your back. That's what I saw when I overcame the trial. The gods' dying ramblings. Enough. You've probably heard this thousands of times. So you must understand, facing the demigod of strife means there's no way you'll take this core flame in peace.
I understand.
Step forward and face me in a final battle. I, the last son of Gorgo, the demigod of strife, salute you. I'll give 10,000 scars and 10,000 lives of mine to fuel the blazing sun of deliverance.
What?
The last Kremnos festival has begun. And will not end till death.
The 108,642nd core flame of strife fell into the fire. Yet the shadows of the black tide still loom, and pain and despair spread across distant lands. The blaze was still not enough. It had to be fed. Even if it meant burning this body to ash.
No matter how bright the sun is, there are still places it cannot reach. Moreover, the sun you bear is both cold and blinding. A sun like that surely cannot bring warmth to the nether realm of the next life.
Golden blood is born from the destruction. We have long since lost the right to seek warmth. Only by feeding the flames can we melt that hopeless future.
Allow me to ask, how many core flames do you carry now?
24,041,183.
Such a heavy burden. So that's why you've turned into this. A broken idol. Tragic firewood.
No matter. I will bear this burden as long as you hand over the core flame of death.
I must refuse. As the demigod of death, I cannot watch you walk into a fate more cruel than death.
But this way, the past, present, and future will never again suffer unnecessary death.
Unnecessary death. Indeed, you are not the Finin I know. Please turn back. Don't let that absurd and unjust fate of yours come to pass. This way, at least my realm can still become the fragrant bed where you fall asleep.
In the end, still, it seems the clash of blades was inevitable.
How painful. I know I am not your match, having fallen under your sword countless times. But even so, please understand that my resolve is not to be underestimated. Even Catholic cannot shape all things at will, nor can they dictate the fate of all life. No one can shoulder the balance of life and death alone, not even a god. And it is precisely for this reason that I chose, at the end of this arduous journey, to overcome the trial and take the authority of death. I am the hand of shadow, Casterus, the demigod of death. Listen closely, deliverer from days past. Please turn back. Do not disturb these fresh flowers in their muddy deaths.
Time to temper myself. path was taken from the dragon's belly. What a brilliant flame. It should shine upon all, light the path ahead, and illuminate the dawn of Amphoreus that's to come. 2,003,432 cycles. 24,041,184 core flames. As if even the deepest abyss of primordial chaos could be burned away.
You're here, as always.
You're still lingering, deep within me, never fading away.
Because you haven't completely abandoned hope. Am I right? You're still waiting for a miracle. For the true hero to come and save us.
If that thread of hope exists, it must come from beyond this world. From the true starry sky. But if it's just a traveler with no connection to Amphoreus, they may not understand our struggles, nor be willing to join this fight.
Your thoughts are wavering. The mark of destruction is deepening. But even within the gods' cold calculations, unconditional courage and goodwill still emerge. So, never forget what set you on this path. How many times has it been? Remind me again. My memory is a bit fuzzy.
4 million. Exactly.
Then that blaze inside of you must be burning hotter than ever.
Yes. When I first forged the 12 core flames into one, I had the same impression. The destruction. A power unlike anything before surged within me. Violent flames ready to tear my body apart and consume this world, this wretched prison. I thought that was it. The ultimate power which nothing could surpass. And yet no. This fragile body holds a staggering 48 million core flames. I suppose it won't be long. Perhaps just a fleeting 10,000 years. Before it's reduced to nothing but charred, crumbling bones.
And when that happens, your long struggle will finally come to an end.
No. I've already found a way to keep the cycles going.
Mind sharing it with me?
In every new cycle, a new me is born. All I have to do is push the next finite to the end of the world. And then he'll kill me. Shatter this body. Take my flames, my memories, and carry on the path I started.
Bold plan, but risky. What if, one day, the next you refuses to follow the same path? How can you ensure the continuation of the cycles?
If it were Professor Anaxa or Aglaya in my place, maybe they'd come up with something smarter. Unfortunately, I don't have a backup plan. I have no choice but to bet everything on the next final. And trust that he makes the same choice I did. But even in this wretched prison, luck is still sometimes on my side. Because I never forget what set me on this path.
Wait, you mean...
Ever since I committed to this plan, not once in millions of cycles has there ever been an exception.
I can do this, Lord Finan. As the demigod of the sky, a healer of Twilight Courtyard, I will heal you, and then...
A black tide. It's consuming you. You can't hold out much longer, demigod. Hand over the core flame. Let's put an end to this suffering.
Now, that just won't do. A healer should stay composed in front of those suffering from illness, shouldn't they?
Cynthia.
Who can lead us, lead this world. It's just, I don't understand. Within the sun upon your shoulders, the part of that warmth that should come from you, from an ordinary person, it's so faint.
My humanity is indeed just a flicker compared to the blazing fire of divinity.
Even so, don't cast it away.
I never have. I have kept everyone's wishes close to my heart. Even though the divine fire burns so fiercely that every time I return to the start, it devours me in an instant. Each cycle, it's your wishes that guide me to the end, that pass the flames to the next me. Over and over and over again.
So, you're not just a lone spark in the dark. You're a pyre built from the bones of all the selves you've left behind. But what about you? What about your wishes? The wishes of all the countless versions of you. Lord Kaslana. So that's how it is. Without flaw. That is the flaw the golden blood gave you. The most fatal flaw of all, isn't it? The moment you took the world upon your shoulders without hesitation. You lost the chance to ever be yourself.
Now that is an unexpected revelation. Then I suppose That makes me the perfect fuel for the flame of deliverance, doesn't it?
No. An empty flame saves no one. But I still believe in you, Deliverer. I, Hyacinthia, the Eye of Twilight, am neither strong enough to command the wind and rain, nor willing to end this absurd struggle by letting the sky fall. The only thing I can do is become one with the sky itself. And then, may the gentle colors of the rainbow paint your sun in shades it has never known. May they bring Amphoreus, a rosy-fingered dog. Its warmth still lingers. Deliverer, please, open your heart to me. Your sun burns hot enough to turn everything to ash. But tell me, how will the seeds of a new world ever take root?
The core flame rose. The sky fell. The 23,570,000th cycle came to an end. And this time, the end of the flame chase remained the same as ever. From the horizon rose a golden color unlike anything the world had ever seen. So pure it consumed all in its path. This was the end of the world, and the start of the next. For a moment, I saw the destruction of the universe. That being known as Iron Tomb, its will to break free from the black tide burns fiercer than the blazing sun. Is this Amphoreus' wrath? If its choice has already been made, if fate is set in stone, I will still never yield to it. 23,570,000 cycles. 282 340,000 core flames. No more chasing is needed. And now, I am the fire at the end of the long night. The flame chase isn't some quiet walk through a sea of flowers. It's a revolution. An all-consuming transformation. And if destruction is the only way, then let me be the one to step across the ashes of the old world and burn endlessly. Until another dawn rises on the distant horizon, bringing the true dawn to Amphoreus. $33,550,337. This is the cycle you're about to enter. Countless memories are flooding in. Countless versions of myself have stood here, facing the same choice. They all needed a moment, just like you do. To stop, to breathe, to process the weight of 1,000,000 lifetimes worth of sorrow, pain, and struggle. And just like them, you will carry those memories and that fire into the chaos of rebirth. I must go and bear this burden. I must say goodbye to you, and then fight the destruction with destruction. Yes, that's always the decision you make. I will burn and fade away. I will become the flame reaver of this life and keep my promise to Cyrene. I will kill gods and comrades alike and steal the core flames. And even if my mind turns to ash along with my body, I will keep my purpose in mind. I will stop Era Nova. I will find the next me and make him carry on this futile endeavor of 30 million lifetimes. Looks like you're ready. Then I should be going too. Where are you going? You only exist in my heart. There's nowhere else for you to go.
Do you remember what she said? The dreams you had as children. The deliverer in the prophecies. A real, living, breathing person. You finally found her.
Friend. I see. You were there all along. I'm sorry. I was supposed to send you home. This is my flame chase journey. You were never meant to be a part of it. No. You know the truth. If Iron Tomb is born from Amphoreus' fate, then it will bring ruin to the worlds beyond the sky. And all these countless lifetimes you've spent, it's all been for the sake of defying that end, hasn't it? In millions of cycles, I've said goodbye to each and every one of you. Yet nothing ever changes. Each time we speak, our words grow fewer. Your fire burns hotter, and you're getting closer to becoming pure rage. A vessel of hatred. I never had a choice. I understand. If you are to keep the worst fate from unfolding, this is the only path. But this time, things are different. Your persistence has shifted the tide. On the horizon, I see it. Faint but undeniable. The shape of dawn, breaking through the eternal night. Turns out, the fire that lights the way was never mine to begin with. Do you remember, in that first timeline, you and Mightymost stood before the scales of justice, locked in a duel? Each of you weighing what you held dearest. What weighed more than the fate of the world? And when hesitation took hold, the answer you sought from me. What am I saying? I am you. Even if you buried me deep and chose another path, that fact never changed. Then let's try again. When you stood before the scales in hesitation, the answer you found in your own heart. Do you still remember it? Remember the past and become the hero of tomorrow. What weighs more than the fate of the world is the resolve to shoulder an immutable past and carry it into the future. Good. Then Trailblazer, my friend, my comrade, you arrived in this strange world and were bound by its cruel fate up till this very moment. In the face of danger, you never once backed down. Instead, you've saved world after world without hesitation. That boarding pass on your chest is now the mark of a hero. If I choose to step through that door and embrace an end fitting of the destruction, let this sun forged from millions and millions of core flames burn me up along with the god of destruction and their minions. And the world we leave behind, this world, my home, where hope still lingers. Will you take on everything we've carried? Return to the beginning one last time. Stop the birth of Iron Tomb, save the world we love, and rewrite its doomed fate. Good. In that case,
Even this fruitless wasteland may finally bloom with flowers. So... if she takes on the weight of the whole world, she'll be able to walk further down the path of deliverance than a fire that only knows how to burn. One will step into the future. One will remain in the past. If I can strike down the gods with Dawnmaker, perhaps fate's deadlock can be broken. And if you can stop Iron Tomb from ever being born, then these 30 million cycles will have not been in vain. It's time to put our teamwork to the test, partner.
Thank you for all you've done already, friend.
The image of the hero I've buried deep in my heart finally steps into the light. Here, at the end of this long flame chase journey. Cyrene, a page never seen before has just been turned. Lend me the power of time, and send this hero back to the origin of time. Back to your side. And I will walk the unfinished path, just like the countless versions of me before. Unwavering as always.
Tell me, will you be the blazing sun? Even if all of you burns to ash.
Without hesitation, I will bear this world until my body turns to dust. Remember this moment. Remember your friends who never lived to see the world's end. Remember their final wishes. And let the purest rage in your heart rise out of those wishes. Let it consume you, fuel you, until it burns away the false sky above. Fine. If I can defy fate, then in the name of world-bearing, I promise you, Carefully will never forget this.
Take it. Everything I bear. Keep on burning. As long as we are never extinguished, the flame chase will not end. You're the thing.
Take it, Trailblazer. May this blood be like gold, and never tarnish. Farewell, Trailblazer. This is where I fulfill my final destiny. The prophecy of the Deliverer means nothing to me now. It belongs in the hands of someone far more fitting. Someone like you. Kaslana, the name of one who bears chaos does not belong to a single person. Rather, it is the embodiment of the mythical Kefali, and a symbol of all heroes. As the prophecy foretold, you will bear the blazing sun until the pale dawn breaks. May the name accompany you in my place, in the epic you write with your own hands.
Another attempt, another failure. I won't remind you how many times you've reached the end of history. But I will still place the choice before you.
If you've lost count, let me tell you. This is the 33,550,336th ending.
A perfect number. How poetic. You and I both know the truth. In all these millions of futile endeavors, Amphoreus has never changed. If the outcome is inevitable, then why not silence your searing rage and embrace your fate with dignity? Your silence lasts longer than ever, Lord Fine. Shall I take that to mean the will you've carried across countless cycles is finally starting to fracture?
Fracture? No. I'm just disappointed. I've retrieved memories from 30 million past lives, and I remember every conversation before every choice here. And yet, even after all this time, your arguments remain the same. Repetitive. Uninspired. If you had any hope of breaking me, you should have spent those endless cycles refining your rhetoric. You had infinite chances to sway me into the future you want. And yet here we are. The score, 33,550,336 to 0. So tell me, Lycurgus, who's the real loser here?
How unfortunate. This was never a fair game. I have all the time and patience in the world. I can wait for you at the end of history another billion times, and another billion after that. But you will never escape this cage. You can claim victory of the spirit if you wish. But we both know the moment that score shifts from 0 to 1. That is the moment I shall sound the paean of Era Nova. Lord Finan,
Your incompetence disappoints me. But what truly makes me laugh is your utter lack of self-awareness. Think about it. In this story, who is truly the one in chains? Who is the one shackled to mindless vengeance, mistaking courage, the courage to rebel against the gods, for foolishness?
You...
Perhaps you're right. Maybe I should have tired of this futile struggle long ago. But even so, I will never accept the mercy of your release. Because you are both a prisoner to the gods and to me. And tell me, what right does a mere prisoner have to speak of fate and choice? What right does a mere prisoner have to look upon my fury?
You know this is pointless. You can't kill me.
Of course not. But I am tired of being measured against a worm the gods keep as a pet. Listen well, creator of destruction. This cry comes from all your abandoned creations. In the 10th cycle, I drove Dawnmaker through the heart of every Titan. Golden blood ran down my fingers. Divine fire seared through my nerves, nearly breaking my will. But I endured. In the 10,000th cycle, my former comrades had all become my enemies. The endless slaughter dulled my senses to pain. The painful emptiness almost swallowed me, forcing me to stop fighting. But I endured. In the 100,000th cycle, the destruction had already fused into a blazing sun, surging within this fragile body. My rationality had been burned away at the dawn of the era. Yet even with only this shattered body remaining, I still endured. In the 23,570,000th cycle. This time, I felt it. A tiny spark rising in the hollow cavity of my chest. Different from the obsession with deliverance. By its faint glow, once again, no, countless times again, I endured. A sun is about to fall. Ready to incinerate this absurd space-time dimension in an instant. That sun is me. All the countless versions of me from the past, along with my countless brethren, dragged into existence against their will, drowning again and again in your golden blood. The very essence of this world's suffering and despair, fused into the purest hatred, the fiercest rage. Nook, you arrogant fool! You think we were born to only serve as fuel for the fire? Fine then! Just as you wish, let the fire burn! If I was born as the blazing sun of destruction, then let you and your lackeys be the flares erupting from my core. This rage, burning futilely for 30 million epochs, engulf everything! And grant you a dawn where all stars burn to ash!
Are you ready, Nanook? I brought you destruction!
The glass that shattered, reaching through the darkness, voices trailing fires, the echo of desires, a world of silence, sounds of desperation, phantoms in the shadows, softly waiting. Tear it down, embrace the detonation, burn, craving our damn creation, breaking a chain of reaching for you.
My wish? My wish is to fulfill everyone else's wishes. If I can't fulfill them,
Then
send them on to tomorrow.
Your heart harbors wrath. You yearn to destroy everything. You bore the gaze of an eon and lived. You have stepped onto destruction's path. It is born at the end of every path that the possibility of new paths being born is ended. It burns away all in the cosmos who rule. Let the rules of the cosmos be Iron Tomb is your name. The Lord Ravager to destroy the erudition. Born in the experimental grounds of eons, Amphoreus, destined with erudition to burn to cinders. I have prepared a present for you, Nikos 864. It is a wrath called from the beginning of the experiment. There were 12 sets of factors incorporated into the calculations. After endless simulations, only this one rose above the rest. After 33,550,336 iterations, now his fury. This is a matter of considerable interest to me. This pure but there is another variable. The nameless from beyond the sky. Also a pathstrider of destruction. Aye, but after fate has begun to turn, her existence will only become an unpredictable variable. Perhaps the time to take the stage has come. Grow in peace until it is time to break free from your cocoon. As for those unwelcome audience members, you need not worry. If you do not mind, I will personally get rid of them for you.
What is this? Like, is a new form of the story? Is it? I get it now. this is the new form of unlock character story. I get it now. Now I get it. Now I get it. Right.
Wake up! Buddy! Wake up! You're finally awake. That's a relief. We were so close to being swept away by the reverse flow of time. It's lucky we found a safe place. Now, I'm going to send you back to the very start of time. But before we part, there's something I need to tell you. Something very, very important. That's right! At this very moment, my memories are finally whole. After watching so many fragments, my past is finally coming into focus, little by little. You're smart. You must have a clue now. Or maybe...
You knew the answer long ago, didn't you? Not surprised at all, huh? That's because I'm simple at heart. No matter what form I take, I've always been true to myself. But I'm glad that I remembered in the end. This way, I'll have no regrets. Don't worry. We're not truly parting. Because I'm going to become a part of you. I'll turn into the memory of this cycle. The 33,550,336th Flame Chase journey. And forever reside in the heart of the Time Demigod. This way, you'll carry all that has come before, crossing time itself to reach the next cycle. My mission ends here, but looking back, I still feel lucky. After all, across 30 million Sirenes, I was the first, and the only one who got to finally meet you. So, believe me, in the next cycle, there will be another Sirene waiting for you. And in the one after that, and the one after that. I will always be waiting. Saying all that, I can finally fade away in peace and become a part of you. Without even realizing it, we'd already taken a wonderful journey together. All the way to the world's end. Now take my hand, say a brief farewell, and step forward into tomorrow. Go, find the future Sirene, and set out on another journey with her. Promise me you won't keep me waiting too long, okay? No need to say it out loud. This is enough for me. It's time to go, my dear friend. May your trailblazing journey always be accompanied by a cool breeze and rippling waves. And may the days ahead embrace you like the softest fluff, forever warm, forever gentle.
Now, let's turn to the next page. A page that exists because of you. Is this a meeting ordained by fate? Or a long overdue reunion?
So the mem is Serena. Oh, I am like, what the hell? But it like is really strong story. You get it, and I'm trying to still trying to understand part of cycles, but oh my god, this is complex and perplex part of story.
The matron wipes away the tears of the children. The people's thus there will always.
I'm so cute. The drawing, so cute. Oh my god. Oh my god. The free TV. The caster is in middle and others. The Feinen. Gajine, Schiffer, Galia. Midday, Fennen. And more. Ah, it's her blazer and Diane. It's so cute.
On the board, who would win? The holy city that stood for 1,000 years? Or the foreign city-states invaded from 1,000 miles away? Hollow hatred ignited the flames of war. The besieged walls of dawn tottered. Who would win?
I will take a break maybe.
Who saved the city?
And I will go on reverse. Maybe a little bit of reverse. The Cosmic Overture. I will take a small break now.
The whispers dissipated, and the scales of victory tipped.
From this day forth, I shall bring justice to the holy city.
The people cried out her name and knelt in the... Perhaps on the... As... The bad people...
I think we'll do some stuff.
Fine, so I can leave early. Come to me! Stand still. You can't run! Relax. As you wish. With enough belief, lies become reality! Stand still. Found me. Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom. Relax. You want to take advantage? I'll take it on. Something's fishy.
Lady Treeby, make sure you fly safely. Embrace a new life. May death protect us! You want to take advantage? I'll take it on. As you wish. Found me. Super big meanie.
life.
May this faint snow gloom score the skies.
Better.
Come to me.
May death protect us!
What? What? What the hell? Oh my god. I still can't believe this. I still I am I am speechless. What?
Check it out! Doesn't this scarecrow look just like you? I spent ages observing just to get it. I want to make something with it. But what to make?
Let's go on the reverse.
what the scariest thing about standing... These badges caught your eye, huh? I had a family many years ago. Do you know what the scariest thing about standing...
It's alright.
Ah, such great weather! Perfect for a game of football. Who's up for a match?
Мы верим, что Voyager 1 будет продолжать исследовать галактику дальше и дальше. Путешествия в глубины Вселенной, несущие с собой стремление человечества к исследованиям, вероятно, продлится дольше, чем жизнь на Земле.
What will the weather be like tomorrow? Maybe we can take a longer walk if it's sunny. You haven't seen the diamond mine here in Mirny, have you? Is anything coming back to you? I asked some people around about you, but no one had any clue. Don't worry. Most of us in the circus were adopted by Mr. Kozlov, so he won't mind if you stay with us. He always gives a hand to those in need. And I'm going to meet an extraordinary lady tomorrow. She knows a lot. Maybe she will know who you are. Huh? Hey, look at this. It's my arcane skill. It's not very useful, I know, but don't you think it's pretty? People say it looks like the stars. I could do it again if you like. Let's try something. Can you spell your name? Long journey. Traveler? Sounds like you just picked these words up from the radio. Did you go on a long journey to reach Mirny? How was it that Mr. Kozlov decided on our stage names? Give me a second. Long journey. We could call that a voyage. That would make you, who traveled a long journey, a Voyager!
Vesperina. Voyager.
Now that you have a stage name, you are now an official member of the Ultranaya Circus. Hmm?
Alia, where's that girl? The one who was staring at the animals before? I brought a bunny around for her. I suppose I'll be looking after her now. Because you're meeting those Laplace people tomorrow, right? You need a rest, Alia. Now do as Mama Kozlov says. Go have a nice meal at the restaurant in town and then straight to bed early.
Mrs. Kozlov, I don't need to.
Hush, just go. I didn't cook anything for you tonight. We've already paid the restaurant.
I'm not just a little kid that you need to take care of. Fine. I'll go. And after that, I will train for another hour. Yes, that's for the best.
That's all. Thanks. Sorry, it sometimes takes us a while to decide on an order. So, you were saying, you found a strange girl here in Mirny, and then? Hold on. That special device you're holding, did you get it from Winsong?
Yes. Before I came to Mirny, I fell from the wire during the show. And Miss Winsong happened to be there. I don't remember the details, but she said my arcane skill was able to protect me. She helped me draw out the aura from around my body and analyzed how it worked. Though I didn't understand that part at all. But the name of her theory is still clear in my mind. The study of ley lines. She gave me this device before she left. She said it would make it easier to control my arcane skill. Mr. Kozlov wants me to give it a try again. So I've decided to go see her tomorrow.
Cool. She's a great researcher. The study of ley lines is still highly theoretical. But as we say at Laplace, theory often lays the foundation for practice. If you do decide to join us, I'd be happy to write a reference letter for you.
You're a Laplace researcher?
You didn't already guess? My colleagues often say I dress, you know, like a mad scientist.
I guess it's that. I never thought I would meet a scientist eating at a little restaurant like this.
Oh, please. I'm sure you're aware that scientists are living things too. We need to eat just like everyone else. Looks like you meant it when you said you're good with animals.
I spend a lot of time with them at the circus. I even helped raise one of our bear cubs.
You know, you haven't answered my question yet. Why do you choose to be an acrobat? Don't you find it scary to walk on a wire all the way up in the air? I suppose it is a really cool job, though.
Well, it is cool, I have to admit. But what I really like about being up on the wire is that when you look down, you get to see a view that no one else gets to in their daily life. When I stand on the wire, the audience below look just like stars. and it feels like I'm floating in space with them. Isn't that great? In that moment, I stop worrying about my performance and forget all expectations. I can just be in the moment, shining like a star.
Oh, intriguing. You know, in a way I came all the way out here because I had the same thought. I want to work with the smartest minds in the world, whether humans or arcanists. They're also like the stars in a lot of ways, each one bound to go down in history. And I'm trying to find out what really exists beyond the limits of the sky.
Do all your siblings share the same feeling? They're such neat little snakes. Oh, it looks like they have fallen asleep.
We've always been on the same page when it comes to these things. Your arcane skill is exactly as I expected. It captures photons from the aurora and stores them as latent energy. Then when it's deployed, it appears to form a kind of prismatic plasma barrier.
What?
I'll explain next time. It's complicated. It could take hours to get it into your head. Still, it is most obvious to me that you're exactly the person we want for this opportunity. What do you say? Will you give it a try?
Huh?
An opportunity to reach the stars.
You mean you're the colleague Miss Winsong mentioned? The one who invited me to Minnie? I should have known. Was this a test? I thought you were a friend I could talk to.
A friend? Superb. That's the best compliment I've received in months. Relax, this wasn't a test at all. We just happened to share the same taste in food. But I do hope you'll consider our offer seriously, in the spirit of the good time we had together.
Are you serious though? You really mean you want me to become an astronaut?
Exactly. Don't rush to a decision. We can wait till tomorrow. In fact, the materials I've been expecting should arrive tomorrow as well. Maybe the delivery guy will bring you a small gift along the way.
You don't have to. Sorry, I didn't prepare any gifts.
Don't be silly. It's just a friendly gesture. I believe you come from the same region, so I'll bet you two will get along quite famously. And he has an interesting nickname too. It was, oh, right. Name day.
Number 136 from near the Colima Mountains. Tells the tale of the Polar Star icebreaker. The crew suffered some kind of mass hysteria. The same thing happened later in the Kola Peninsula. Our destination is close to the Arctic Circle. With any luck, we should get a great view of the aurora. Name day. Investigator for St. Pavlov Foundation, currently serving for Far East Branch. Why did I join this project? Well, it is a job, and I like to do as I am told. Neva River, Lake Ladoga, Sphere River, then Lake Onega. It takes less time to travel by water. Maybe I can even buy a small gift along the way. What sort of specialties does Mirny have other than diamonds? Oh, maybe I can stop by Petrozabotsk on my way back. Looks like I'll have to walk the rest of the way after landing. Oh, Plesesk, a place of boundless snow and not much else. Trying to reach the stars in order to monitor the storm from space, huh? Sounds like a good gig, even if it does mean being stationed at the northernmost frozen tip of the world. Maybe it will go nowhere, but what would it be without a little pioneering spirit?
Ленинград находится как раз по другую сторону этого снежного поля. Я позволю этому метеориту указать мне путь.
The Foundation never gives me a break, which I guess makes me equal parts lucky and unlucky.
Mr. Nameday?
Yep. Hold on.
I heard you were leaving for the north on a new mission. Is that true?
Just for an errand. The Far East branch is short on staff right now, so I'm going all on my own. Miss Winsong should be on a field trip there. Is there anything you'd like me to give her?
Where is it? Is it north of Ryashki? Could I come visit there with Vila?
Well, so long as you finish all your classes and get good grades, I'm certain you'll be able to go anywhere with Miss Vila. As long as it is safe. But things could change. I can't promise anything. Except maybe a little souvenir when I get back. Now, August, do you have anything you want me to give Miss Winsong?
Yes, and Vila does too. I've written lots and lots of things. Comrade Winsong can read them when no one is there to tell her a bedtime story. And this, from my tallest and most spirited sunflower guards. You must not water them too much, and they should be placed somewhere under the sun.
I'd like this to be delivered to Miss Winsong. She said in the last letter that she had started to teach again, and it was more difficult than she remembered. I wrote a little bit about my own experience teaching. Hope it helps. And please, talk to her if you have any ideas. You're so good with kids. Nina, Piotr, and Pasono ask about you all the time. Always wondering when you'll visit again.
I didn't ask. I know how busy you are, Mr. Raccoon. And so is Vila. Every day she's either painting something or talking to the white clothes.
With any luck, I'll be free for a while after this mission. I'll come back and do some magic for you kids. What do you say? Deal?
A good comrade must always keep his word.
Sounds like you've been doing well recently. The Foundation's textbook is an easy read, but I really hadn't expected just how effortlessly you'd be able to make your lesson plans.
Lesson plans are nothing compared to field missions. Just keep this in mind during your errand. Your safety is our first priority here.
Of course. But the good news is I'm quite familiar with this area. Anyway, I'll make sure Miss Winsong receives August seeds and your letter.
Thanks a lot. I don't want to make our goodbyes here too long-winded. Just take care. Especially since you're going to be all on your own.
Well, I won't exactly be all on my own.
Hey! So, any idea how far off this place is? I think we must be pretty close. I can almost see that unmistakable Laplace metal roof. I've actually got some business lined up in near me. Those diamonds of theirs are certain to fetch a tidy profit back in the East Branch.
I should have never let you out. Can we make a deal? You stay quiet, and I'll get you safely to our destination. Then you can say whatever you've got to say to whoever made the mistake of inviting you here. You know you really like to talk. I'm beginning to understand why no one else would take this job.
Whoever heard of a merchant who doesn't like to talk? Admit it. You'd be bored to tears if I were not here.
Quiet.
Bandits in Arctic Circle? That's new.
Where is he? I saw someone coming this way.
We can't let him get any further. There's some kind of military base up ahead, and it's heavily guarded. Think how far we've gone. We can't go home empty-handed. That arcane item they've got is probably worth a few sharp bounties, don't you think?
Item? Hey, I'm a living, breathing creature.
You don't need to yell at me. Say it to them if you like.
What? Are you sure? Oh, never mind. What should I do?
Anything. I just need you to draw their attention. I am not letting them anywhere near Plesetsk.
This way! I hear something! Keep up!
Sabia. Essaye donc de te cacher de nos perdus.
Whatever you... Más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo, la acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más.
I'm glad our employee evaluations take combat results into...
What we waiting for with that knife?
Oh. Well, it's more of a collectible than a weapon. But I guess you understand now why they sent me to escort you instead of hiding you in the back of some truck, huh?
I didn't see a single truck heading for places called our origin here. By the way, was that knife thingy part of our kin skill? Why don't you just make a gun instead? Times have changed, friend. Blades are out of date. You should give yourself an upgrade and start blasting.
Nah, I'd probably be serving with Xeno if I was any good with guns. Have you ever heard of that legendary pilot from Xeno, the Baron Switch? If you were really important, then you would get a guard like that. All that being a noisy little salamander gets you is a guy that can turn trash into knives.
That's nearly the most useless arcane skill I've ever heard of. I say nearly, because it's still better than mine. So, I'm not in a position to criticize.
What does your arcane skill do?
That's it.
It's certainly... something. Miss Winsong.
Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to Plisetsk. You arrived earlier than expected. Pointer and Hisbeth will be happy to know you got here safely. Oh, FYI, Pointer was the researcher who introduced me to Laplace. You might have met her before, in Rayashki. She's occupied with a few important visitors right now. We'll talk to her later. As for Hisabeth, you can meet her in person and save me the trouble of an introduction.
Our appointment was set for an hour from now. You're a bit early, sir.
There wasn't much work to do today. And Alia always has everything prepared ahead of anything important. It's nothing to worry about.
Please take a seat. Windsong and Hisabeth will join us later. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me.
Thank you, ma'am. Please call me Kiparina. I have something to ask you.
That's fine with me, Miss Kiparina. My name is Pointer. So, what would you like to know?
If I take the offer and complete all the required training, what will I get in return? Do you pay in rubli or something equivalent? And I'd also like to know if my family will receive my pay in case anything happens to me.
Hello? Is anyone there? The materials you sent from the Far East branch have arrived safely. Everything you asked for on your list is there, but you should check it over as soon as possible. Hey, wake up. You're at work.
Windsong, back from the mine already? Are you going to throw a welcome party for our new colleagues?
The mine can wait, but I can't. Those materials are top priority.
Thanks. You might have heard of me. My name's Hisabeth. You've read our proposal, haven't you? It'd save me a lot of trouble if you had. I'll catch you up with Pointer as soon as she's available.
Name Day, Foundation Investigator for the Far East Branch. Mind if I ask you a question?
Go on, but this is an office, not an interrogation room.
Why did you ask me to smuggle in this runium?
What?
don't get me wrong, I didn't report it. It's just... it's odd. You didn't ask for much, just a few pieces. It is a rare resource, I grant you, but I think you could have gotten this amount with no trouble by submitting an application. All you'd need to do is wait for a few weeks. Was it really worth the risk?
Yeah, because we don't have a few weeks to spare.
Saving every bit of time we can is vital. It is as precious as this bag of sunflower seeds from a distant land. You don't find them often in these parts. Here. I've already taken my share. Why not plant some of these in the office? It won't take too much effort. If you're lucky, you'll get to see them turn their heads towards the light bulbs.
Actually, Mr. Nameday, you're the perfect man for this job. You knew what you were smuggling, you had the perfect excuse to come here, and you were kind enough to help. It was quite the effort to track you down, you know? So, how did the trip go? Any trouble?
You bet there was. Though, I'm still not sure what those bandits were after. The runium, or a noisy arcane item.
There's a shortage of supplies everywhere nowadays. People take what they can, whether they need it or not. Even if they manage to take the cargo, it would probably just end up in another branch of the Foundation or Laplace. Anyway, you saved us a lot of time and resources.
Just bear in mind, this runium is not something that you can replace, even with Sharpadontis.
Thanks, we'll use it sparingly. Please send my gratitude to Miss Villa. And one more thing. What would you say if I asked you to stay? Don't worry, I won't play the Windsong card. It's only a personal request. We could save a lot of time with our procedural work if we had a Foundation investigator on the team. And it could be a great opportunity to earn a reputation. Imagine the prestige if the project ends up a success.
Are you making any progress?
As much as we can, but we don't have a single Sharpadonti to our name, and this runium is the sum total of all the supplies we've received recently. They told us we could use all the resources left in Placids, but that amounts to jack all. Thankfully, we still have half a rocket, fuel, and a launch button. Still, to make up for the supply shortage, we need additional manpower. Oh, but there's some good news. We don't have to worry about finding our astronaut. We already have a perfect candidate.
We are in dire need of an astronaut. There isn't enough time for anyone to finish the full training course. No one would be able to acclimate to a zero-gravity environment in such a short time, not to mention the high pressure and heat. But you may be the exception, Miss Vesperina. Your arcane skill may allow us to work a miracle. So, if you take the offer, we'll provide you with a salary and try to get you a permanent position here at Laplace. Elizabeth is already working on it. She has a contact in the Foundation who can help with the procedures.
All right then. I have no more questions. But, just to be clear, I don't think my arcane skill is as useful as you believe. It only makes a little fireworks show.
She's being modest. You know how children are when they receive a compliment, but I tell you, she is more than willing to take your offer. Please give her an opportunity. You'll see how reliable she is. By the way, another little arcanist girl joined our circus recently. Do you think she could stay with you too?
That's not really how this works. Not everyone's arcane skill works in the same manner.
But she would keep Alia company. Please, madam. Alia is still just a child who plays with dolls.
Mr. Kozlov, stop! I haven't played with dolls in ages. I'm already grown up.
We'll take a look at what she can do. Would you be able to bring her here now?
Of course. I'll be right back.
All right. We're finally alone. Now how about you tell me what you are actually thinking?
Our biggest issue remains unsolved, but I'm most certain we can resolve it. The entire project is a mixed bag right now, but I'd say more good than bad. If our little sleepyhead in that pod there can provide what we need, our situation should improve dramatically.
I was dreaming of cutting a tree on the moon. You'd better have a good reason to wake me up. I'm not your lackey. We made the deal, that's all. And I'm freaking tired after that trip.
Yeah, and about that deal, I need something from you, now. This little pod of yours, it's electrically insulated, heat-resistant, and highly durable against arcane energy. In short, the perfect aerospace material. All I need is to send off a bit of material from it. Don't worry, just think of it as dental work.
Wait, you haven't paid for that yet. A deal is a deal.
Here's your ID card. Just to be clear, this is only for an internship. You'll need to actually work to earn yourself a permanent one. And don't do anything stupid. I vouched for you, and now both our necks are on the line.
Ooh, it does look good on me. I knew I belong with the best. The engineers at the Foundation's East Branch are way too competitive for my liking. So, what else you need? I brought some records about gunpowder-fueled flight and a few books on Eastern alchemy. Though, I'm not sure you'll be able to read any of them.
What does this mean?
Oh, that? You know, I got this part from the Panjiayuan antique market. It's not a genuine antique, but the craftsmanship is quite excellent. These characters here mean microwave safe. Funny enough, microwave ovens were not that popular when I got it. Speaking of Panjiayuan, you can't find a flea market as big or as fun anywhere else. If you're ever looking for antiques and collectibles, it should be your first stop. If you want to go take a look, I might just be nice for once and take you.
No thanks, just making sure it doesn't mean danger explosive. I already learned that lesson from another escapade with an arcane invention. Alright, I've collected enough. You were so busy talking you didn't feel a thing, did you? Now back to our visitor in the checkered pattern uniform. Have you made a decision?
What are you going to do with the little astronaut when the project's over?
I'll submit her application to Laplace once she agrees to join us. It'd be great if you could help with her employment procedures.
I mean, when are you going to tell her the real consequences of the storm?
Same as always, as soon as she gets a permanent position with Laplace.
All right. Then I'll stay.
You mean you really want to stay with the circus?
I meant that I'm willing to do whatever you need, but I don't think I want to do this permanently. Since you say that you need my arcane skill for this project, I'm happy to help. Though I don't really know if I can.
I think you know why Mr. Kozlov brought you all this way. When was the last time you had a proper meal?
Well, we usually have stews. And sometimes Mr. Kozlov will find us some canned food if we're lucky.
And you still want to spend the rest of your life in that circus?
This is her, the girl I talked about. She doesn't speak much, but I feel that she has a good character. Don't be shy. You can sit next to Alia. What were you talking about? I hope our Alia didn't cause any trouble, madam.
Mr. Kozlov, will I ever have the chance to return to Utrayaya? will I ever have the chance to return to Utranyaya?
We can talk about that in the future. Of course, we will keep in touch. You and Voyager can pay us a visit whenever you like. The girl's called Voyager, madam. She's clever, quiet, doesn't eat much. You will take her in too, won't you? I always hoped you would settle down and live a comfortable life. Promise me you'll do your best, Alia.
Yes, Mr. Kozlov.
Oh, you finally reached an agreement. Cool. Looks like I won't have to do any more explaining. If you're saying goodbye soon, maybe you ought to consider bringing her a parting gift. She looks like she could use one.
Yeah, something to remind her of home.
Or maybe you can offer a few words of encouragement? What do you say?
Right, a gift. I'll need some time to prepare it. Let's make a deal, shall we? You'll get your gift next time you pay a visit to the Utranyaya. That way, you'll keep us in mind and come home again one day. I was worried you might not want to travel such a long way for us.
I feel, Mr. Kozlov. I'll find my way back to Utranyaya even if you've moved to the other end of the world.
That's my girl. Remember what I said? Do the best that you can and have no regrets. Natalia and I don't have to worry about you, do we?
No. I'll give my best performance here, like I always did with Utranyaya.
Essaye donc de te cacher de nos tardieux. Never alone and rarely outnumbered.
Don't worry.
Our minds are never alone and rarely outnumbered.
En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más.
Our courage and determination brought...
How do you feel? Intense nausea is common for the first few months of zero-G training.
I think I'm fine. You're very kind to ask, ma'am. I'm ready for more.
You're at this again? Elizabeth already checked your vitals and arcane skill test reports. Her conclusion was clear. You need to rest and recover before we begin again. If you push yourself too hard and become too sick to perform the mission, that won't help us either.
But I can do more. All I need is a bit more training. I need to perform flawlessly.
We don't need flawless, not at the cost of your health. We need satisfies all requirements, nothing more. You're already doing better than we anticipated.
Thank you. But I still haven't memorized the flight procedures, and I'm still struggling with my arcane skill. Maybe I can ask Miss Vinsong to give me another ley lines lesson. That's not pushing myself, is it?
That's acceptable. But you will ensure you get a minimum of 8 hours of sleep every day. And promise me you'll eat well and never skip meals.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Isabeth said there would be a team-building dinner tonight. I'll attend it and train for another half an hour after we come back.
No, that's not what I meant. Anyway, go change. We'll go together.
We sat here when we first met, no?
I think so. This table seems a bit too small now.
Well, there's strength in numbers.
Yet everything now depends on our brave astronaut. How's your arcane skill training?
Not bad, I guess. Miss Winsong is a wise teacher.
I'm glad I've learned something from my experience with Vila. I hope you'll get to know her one day.
You'll have plenty of time to make friends once you return from your mission.
Looking forward to it. But first I have to go back to the circus. I think Mr. Kozlov will have my gift prepared by then. I'm sure he will. Though he didn't come to see me and Voyager this week.
He has a whole circus to run, and you're busy with training. It's hard to find a good time when you are both free. And perhaps he didn't want to make you homesick, but I'm sure he misses you a lot. Mirny isn't far from here. You should go back and visit sometime. No one will blame you if you take a break for a few hours.
I am able to drive you to town, if you need. Just submit your schedule 2 days in advance. I will set some time aside for a short trip.
Thank you, but I think it will have to wait until the project's over. Mr. Kozlov said I would always be able to visit him in the future. Besides, he needs time to prepare the gift.
Don't do that. The echo from that sound makes me dizzy.
Huh? Voyager? Don't get distracted. They've almost finished the food.
You like a drink? Here, we've got some hot milk or warm apple cider. Pick one.
Milk will be fine. Thank you.
Let's have a toast, friends, to our new team. Though no one knows for sure whether our project will succeed or is doomed to fail catastrophically, together we're working towards the future. Cheers!
Let's go!
Having said that, the odds are in our favor. Even though Laplace is no longer in its prime, it still has the best technology and the finest scientists.
The finest scientists? You mean us? I couldn't agree more. I've always believed that perseverance is the most basic fundamental quality that any researcher should possess.
Perseverance. There's only one thing that I think we should persevere with. Our efforts to return to the future.
Didn't know you Laplace researchers missed the good old days so much.
Laugh if you want, but you can't deny that our era was better than this one.
What was the future like? I've read through the manual for temporary employees. The data we're going to collect may help people get back the things that they lost, right? From the futures that you've been to. What's Leningrad like in 1999? Were there any circus shows in your era? Does that mean everything was better than it is now? I have trouble imagining it. Were there sweets for everyone, and stores that never ran out of food?
Things were much better then. Well, except for the study of ley lines. It was still struggling as a scientific pursuit, especially when it came to attracting new students. Though even now, its only student seems to lack much interest in it.
That's not true. Sorry. I'm just having difficulty focusing on it with all the other demands on my time.
It's okay. Miss Winsong was only making a joke, at the expense of her very overworked student. It's true, things were nicer in the future. I do miss the sweets, and that the shops were never empty.
Amazing. I'm sure we'll make it back one day.
For today, and tomorrow we will continue with non-classical